Good morning, everyone. It is not morning here. It is like 5:30, something like that. I'm not too sure. 5:30, somewhere around there. I am heading to get another coffee though. Kind of dozed off. This is an extremely lazy day. Well, we were hanging out with the family earlier. They took off a couple hours ago. Me and Jess have really both agreed that we really don't want to do much. I think we're just going to hang out at the resort. And why not? This place is gorgeous. The convenience of everything on this trip has been astounding. I mean, I literally walk out my door and we're like right here. Right here. It's amazing. I could really just sit out here all day. It's finally, the sun's going down. It got hot. It got blazing hot earlier here. Unbelievably hot. It was 90. It's funny, it said the heat index was like 91. I was like, it feels like 1,000 degrees out here, but not that bad. But still, with the sun beating down, now it's going down. Got a cool breeze. Get second coffee here and get moving. Got some things I want to talk about. Coffee acquired. The nice thing about coffee here is it's free. It's free. You don't actually need this mug to get coffee. You can use a cup from your room, bring it up here and get. I do that sometimes. You know, if I don't want that much, or say I have something else in this, I'll fill a small cup with coffee. You know, way I can take that back to the room and then have, you know, Powerade, or I've been drinking that vitamin water, the blueberry pomegranate. It's pretty good. Really good. That one's not free though. You need one of these refillable cups to be able to get that. However, that is going to be the topic of this video. Free stuff to do at Disney World. I know a lot of you guys, a couple of you sent me some emails, some of our longtime viewers. That's fine. I read them. I try to. We get like 50 emails a day from people, maybe more. So I try to get to you, but I noticed a couple of you were interested in checking out, maybe staying at one of the resorts, but you don't want to go to Disney. I understand. A lot of people, you know, I get it. The parks are, you know, they can be rough on a lot of people. It's a lot of walking. A lot of walking. I mean, it really is. They get really crazy. But, yeah, we're going to talk about some of the free things that you can do around here that you may or may not know that you can do. Ah, yes. You hear that wind blowing? It has been a nice breeze every night. Right about this time, there's always a nice breeze through here. It's unusual for a September Disney World, Florida day. But it has been. It's been nice. That is the one thing that is free still here at Walt Disney World is the air. It is free. Breathe as much air as you want. It won't cost you a dime. All jokes aside, I wanted to point out the bus stops over here. There's one of the bus. That one's heading, I don't know, it says Mary Poppins. Oh, that must be, not really sure. I thought the Mary Poppins bus went to Grand Floridian. Wouldn't make sense why that is here. Maybe it's going to Magic Kingdom. Not really too sure, but that is one of the free things that I want to talk about is the transportation. Once you get here to Disney World, you can take the transportation free anywhere. The buses, the monorail, the boats, the Skyliner. And that's just it. Other than the airport Uber that we take to and from to the airport, that's all we needed. Now we had to take a couple more Ubers today, or well, as we transferred hotels. But that was relatively cheap because we were in the Disney bubble, just a couple miles away from each other. So really cheap Ubers between that. But you don't even have to do that. Like say you don't have much luggage, say you got a backpack. Well, then just take the Disney bus, right? You can go to Disney Springs, okay? And this is, say you drive. If you live in Florida or if you're just driving here, okay? You can drive to Disney Springs for free. You can park for free. And you can literally take a bus to any resort that you want, other than like Saratoga Springs, whichever ones are on the boat. Sometimes I think you can't take the boat, or sometimes I think you have to take the boat if it's offered at Disney Springs to a couple different resorts. But most of them, like the ones we stayed at, Contemporary, Riverside, Coronado Springs here, you can take the buses from Disney Springs. You can come and you can visit this. You can visit all the restaurants you want. All the restaurants you want. Let me tell you something about Contemporary. It is an awesome place to visit. Even if you were just down here, you want to stay in a hotel, you don't want to go into the parks or anything, you don't have to. You don't have to. All the transportation is free. So if you stay at a Disney resort, okay, I'm going to sit for a second. If you stay at one of the Disney resorts here, well, that's all free anyway. Okay, you can take the buses to the parks and it's all free. Even if you drive, the admission is free for the parking if you stay in a Disney resort. So you're saving like $30 there if you drive, because if you're staying at a Disney resort, you don't have to pay for parking. Okay? Now, the only reason why I would see maybe you could go to one of the resorts. Like if you're at Disney Springs, go to Art of Animation or Pop Century or Riviera or Caribbean Beach. You can visit these resorts and then you can hop on the Skyliner for free. I'm going to tell you what right now, this resort is worth visiting even if you're not staying here. The food is amazing. Yeah, you're going to pay for the food, but like that El Mercado restaurant, the cafeteria, the main area that you see me visit pretty much every day in these vlogs, the food's pretty cheap. It's good quality, very cheap. And the other thing I was going to say about the Contemporary is you can visit the first resort ever at Walt Disney World, the Contemporary, and then you can ride the monorail for free. Also, say you're visiting or you're staying in a resort and you don't want to go to the parks, but you want to go to the shops. You want to visit the shops. Well, then I would recommend Disney Springs because they pretty much have everything. But if you liked the videos that we put together at Contemporary for you, those shops are really cool. Those are really cool. So if you're wanting to spend your money that way and just maybe get a couple souvenirs, just say you were down here, you bought it inside Disney World because you were in the Disney World bubble, right? You don't have to be at Magic Kingdom to buy, sure, if you buy something, I bought this at the Magic Kingdom. Well, if you're at Disney Springs or anywhere on Disney property, you bought the same thing that in any of the stores that you would buy at the park. It's all the same. You're in the Disney World bubble. All the souvenirs are going to be the exact same. They come from the same place. I'll be honest with you, it's worth a trip just to ride that Disney Skyliner. I mean, that's like a big ride on itself. And it's free. And that's on let's see, it's on Art of Animation Resort, Pop Century Resort, Disney's Caribbean Beach. All these places you can try their different cuisines. Yeah, you're going to pay the money for the food, but you're not paying for the transportation. And you get to ride a very cool ride. Say you're riding the monorail, okay? You take a bus from Disney Springs to Contemporary or Polynesian or Grand Floridian. Well, all three of those resorts, the high-end resorts, are on the monorail trail. Say you want to get an ice cream at Grand Floridian, then take the monorail to Contemporary and maybe get one of them burgers that we got for pretty cheap, really. It was like $13.99, but you get an enormous burger and it's fresh and good and delicious. I mean, it's, and you get a bunch of fries. You get a lot with it. But I'm just saying, there are a lot of things that are included, but not just included. Things that you can do for free. So if you're not going to the parks, it doesn't really matter. You can have an awesome time just at your resort. And like me and Jess, we're just really enjoying the resort. Kind of relaxing here. My leg is kind of bothering me a little bit. Jess is really tired. Family just left. We're just kind of chilling today, and we don't feel like we're missing out on anything because this resort is incredible. Some of these pen traders must just be staying here maybe through Sunday. I don't really know. I've seen a mass exodus of pen traders today. I never get tired of looking at this. Absolutely incredible. Panchitos. Hello. How are you? Thank you. Checking out all the different souvenirs. Me and Jessica always like to get something from the resort that we stay at. But, you know, again, if you're not going to the parks and all that stuff, you don't have to get a annual pass. You don't even have to go to the parks to enjoy some of the things really that we like doing most, eating and shopping. But that is where it's an added bonus with the annual passes. We get 20% off merchandise, which has saved us an absolute fortune. And don't get me wrong, we go to the parks a lot, but we're here a lot too. Also, Jessica really loves these Crocs. You guys seen our video at Magic Kingdom the other day? She got these. Magic Kingdom was the only place that had them, and now they got them everywhere, of course. But yeah, just to come and look around, see everything that they got, maybe get a couple souvenirs. And the thing is every resort has something different. Like they have Coronado Springs Resort stuff here. They'll have Pop Century, which you've been on the channel for a long time. You probably remember some of mine and Jessica's adventures to Pop Century. Still my favorite value resort. Although with the Skyliner, I do feel like the price has gotten up there some. I always check with Coronado Springs because we were actually able, well, we got the annual pass discount here. That's how we were able to save so much money. But as to where this resort is awesome, all Disney resorts are awesome. Even a value resort is pretty up there in awesomeness. I can't think of any other word. But yeah, it's just crazy how much, you know, these resorts do to keep everything unique. And yeah, and you can visit every one of them for free. I mean, unless it's maybe not some of the vacation club ones, or at least you won't be able to go inside some of them. Actually, yeah, me and Jessica last year, we visited Old Key West. You know, you can't go and check in a room or something unless you know somebody, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I've been thinking of like all the different things you can do at Disney for free because, yeah, a lot of you guys were talking about wanting to stay at a resort but didn't want to spend the money to go in the parks. I completely understand that. Some of the pens they have for sale here at Panchitos. And if you are into pens, the place you really want to go is Disney Springs. They've got pen traders. Like every store has like unique pens everywhere. Although there's unique pens here too. Me and Jessica bought a Coronado Springs pen that you can only get here. But say you want to collect all the resort pens, you can literally resort hop to every resort and get every pen you like. Also, I made a mistake the other day. I came in here and I said the milk for $4.29. That is the price if you're not an AP member. But I paid like $3.60 something, $3.70 something for that milk. It's pretty cheap. I like that they at least have milk for a somewhat decent price here. So it was $20, $21 I think the last time I went to McDonald's and got me and Jessica breakfast. And it really wasn't much. Egg McMuffin, egg cheese McMuffin, sausage is going to be $5 something. Those little potato things are $1.99 now. Sometimes McDonald's will have a deal. From what I hear, you get like 2 for $3. But I paid $20 for mine and Jessica's breakfast this morning. We got 2 like real scrambled eggs, real sausage, and cheese on like a really nice soft cooked bun to perfection, and 2 better than McDonald's hash browns. We each got one. It was like $20. So some of this stuff, you know, you can really save. And I guess, you know, I shouldn't just say this is a video about free stuff, but it's a way where if you don't want to break the bank and you want to pay as much as you're paying at a fast food restaurant, there are a lot of options here where you can do that. Also, you can get kids meals. You can get kids. Jessica can't eat a lot sometimes, and she'll get a kids meal. With kids meal, you get a small drink. You get like apple slice. Resorts can be different. I think here you get a Mandarin. It's way cheaper, and it'll fill you up. It'll fill you up for $3 or $4 less than what the adult meal is going to be. Maybe even less than that. I don't know. Just some of the numbers I've noticed. $6.49, $6.99 for a lot of kids meals. There's a lot included with that too. I think you get your choice. You can get one of them little Danno yogurts, you know. But there are ways that you can spend a lot less money, you know, staying here on property. I think a lot of people get that confused because yes, the parks are very expensive. They really are. For a one-day ticket, it's absolutely insane, really. But I mean, it's the same prices as it is everywhere at theme parks. It ain't just Disney. Where Universal's the same price, you know. I don't know. This is why we get the pass, because there's so much worth that we get out of it. But I understand why a lot of you guys were saying you wouldn't do that. I agree. If you're not going to go to the parks, why pay the money for it? You might pay a little bit more to stay at the hotel here, but you're not paying the extra money for that annual pass. If you're not going to go to the parks, a lot of cool things to do for free here, but there's also ways to save money even when you're staying here at the resorts. Me and Jessica, when we were going to first come down here, first of all, we were going to drive, right? We were going to drive, didn't really want to fly, because, you know, we never know, like, what we're going to bring home, or, you know, it's just nice having your car down here. But I don't know, we kind of got spoiled with the flights, plus we get that really great deal on Frontier, as we usually do. Sometimes you got to wait for the right deal, but the right deal popped up, and we jumped on it, because, you know, it's like, it's nice to just rely on Disney transportation. Obviously, if you fly and you go to a different hotel, well, you're either going to have to rent a car or take an Uber to like Disney Springs or something to be able to do this, but you could really make a day out of it. You could stay at your hotel, which the Homestead Suites, Homewood Suites, which is 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes with traffic away from Disney World. I mean, it was like a suite for like $1,400. But unless you rent a car or you don't mind taking Ubers all the time, because you got to do the math on that too. People have asked me, is it worth going to Disney World if you're not going to the parks or any of that? Absolutely. Now, one thing I do recommend big time, if you're wanting the full deal, if you want to find out the best way you can get the most for your dollar here down at Disney, if you're going to the parks, even if you're not, I would look into getting a Disney travel agent. Disney travel agents do not make anything extra over what you're paying to come down here. They get kickbacks from Disney. They're getting paid from Disney, but you are paying the exact same price, whether you set it up yourself or whether they set it up for you. That is a big advantage. So me and Jessica had a travel agent for years. Really nice guy, really awesome guy, and he helped us out a lot. He would show us the deals. He would let us know. He would email us if there was a better deal and would set us up with that one. The guy was awesome. Disney travel agents are top notch. I know a few of them. And yes, they do not get paid from you. They get paid from Disney. So if you were to do this all yourself, then it's going to come out to the same price, but you're going to have the headache of having to sit on the phone for who knows how long. Disney phone lines are always really busy. I think travel agents get like a different phone line to call, but say there's a party, like a Halloween party or something, you're not sure how to set it up, or even if it's available, they might be able to get you stuff that maybe you might not be able to find yourself. I've always said Jessica should be a Disney travel agent. She knows all the tricks of the trade. And that's kind of why we do it ourselves now, because we do change a lot of things. We do. You know, because we'll change our mind whether we want to fly or drive. But a lot of Disney travel agents, they'll work all that out for you. And again, they're not making a dime out of your pocket. Disney's paying them. So really, you're getting a good deal. It's just that travel agent is getting that, you know, the extra money saved from what they're giving the travel agents, which I think that's pretty cool. You know, you're going to get the discount that the travel agent finds for you, because they're going to find you the best price possible. And then they're going to let you know if something comes up. And if you happen to find something come up, right, you let your travel agent know, and they will adjust all that for you, right? And whether you're getting park tickets or just staying at the hotel, if it's anything Disney, I really recommend a Disney travel agent. Sometimes I miss ours. And mostly because he was so cool, and it was so easy dealing with him and being able to set up things in a way to where we didn't really have to think too much about it. But Jess just got to the point where it was like, you know, with doing the YouTube channel and everything now, a lot of things change, a lot of videos that I do change, a lot of parks change, stuff that we're doing on a different basis. Plus with the annual passes, that kind of unlocks the door of we don't really need a schedule. We can do whatever we want, and that makes it really nice. But, you know, as far as free things to do here though, the transportation is a big one. Transportation is a big one. Go to a resort, get you, I think if you go to the counter, I think if you go to the counter and ask for a cup for coffee, I think they do charge you like $3.99, but I think you can use that all day. I think drink cups though, if you get a pop, might be like $3.99. I think you can use that for refills all day though. I'm not too sure if they still do that, but they used to. Now I have always brought my cup in from the room, just a paper cup or whatever. I do always get the refillable thing because it is just such a great deal. Me and Jessica stay down here for so long. I mean, it's just so much worth. I probably, for what they charge for one 20-ounce here, I probably have saved, I don't know, an absolute, between me and Jess, we've saved an absolute fortune on drinks. And, you know, say you want to share, like if you don't mind, once you fill one up, you know, you might have to wait a minute or so to refill it again. But you can literally get one of these and just share it. Share it with your wife or your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever. You can share this, you know, so you spend money on one. You know, I mean, if it's tight and you don't want to spend a lot, you just don't want to waste that money, you guys don't drink much pop, you know, or you know, they have other drinks. They got Powerade, which is nice because that's what I drink mostly. That's what Jessica drinks. And, you know, they got tea and stuff like that. I do believe tea's, you know, if you just have a cup, it's kind of like coffee. Like you get the tea for free. There's no, you don't have to set it on the chip here at the bottom is what lets the machine know that you're good to go on that. But yeah, they have like tea that I see people bring their own cups in and get tea and coffee and all that stuff. So yeah, I do the same thing with coffee. Like I said before, I'll fill this up with like Powerade, and then I'll bring a little paper cup from the room and just get coffee. Also at this resort, some resorts don't, but this one has coffee all night long. Not in the main area, but I think I've showed you in Rick's Cafe, the little croissant and pastry shop. Now they'll close, but they'll have coffee in there all night long, which is nice. You know, I've had a couple issues with videos over this trip. And you know, if I get up at 11 in the morning or 11 at night or something and realize, oh, the video's messing up, well, then I'll go get me a little cup of coffee because I know I'm going to be up for the next 2 or 3 hours. One of you guys said the other day, actually a couple of you guys have said the other day that you appreciate me and Jess down here. You feel like you're on vacation with us, that you're not able to come down here. Guys, thank you all for watching. You know, I try to give you that feel like you are here with us. You know, I do. And it's like, I wasn't sure what video I was going to do today. We were hanging out with Jessica's family most of the day. You guys know I got to put this daily vlog out, something for you guys every day. So I wanted to talk about a couple of the free things, the transportation being the main thing. You know, every now and then you'll come across some, like, you know, like snacks will be handed out in the park, like every now and then. That's rare, but there's ways that you can save money. You just got to kind of think about it. Like I said, kids meals, you can get kids meals and they're like a few dollars cheaper than the adult meals. And there's all kinds of ways to save. Split this thing so you're not paying an extra $20 or $25 for another refillable mug. It's worth it. I mean, this is, out of all the things here at Disney World, this is probably worth the most because you're going to get your money's worth out of this. I mean, even if you were buying these drinks in the stores at Walmart, you're going to get your money's worth out of this in 2 weeks. I mean, you know, even a week. You know, if you come down here for a week, this is well worth it to you. Jessica and I may head over to Three Bridges restaurant. If I do, I may take some photos, but I told Jen you were not doing, it's not going to be in the video tonight, but we may also eat over here at El Mercado again because they have the salmon back on the menu. Their salmon's pretty good. You get a lot. It's been a great day. It's been a great day. I love talking about these tips and pointers. Thank you all for watching each and every day. I try to talk about some of the things, questions that you may have here at Disney World. I try to answer them in a video as I go along. You know, I love just walking around the resort and talking with you guys. I mean, this is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. Got the nice breeze right now. I wasn't going to come out here earlier when it felt like 1,000 degrees. Yeah, it was a good time. Guys, thanks for joining. With all that being said, I'm out. And always remember, the adventure is out there.